Hi guys, welcome to another video, and this is probably gonna be the first video of a series of videos. So today, as in the title, I'm going to be doing a first impressions video of the iPhone SE 2020. At first glance, it looks just like an iPhone 8 with the glass back and single camera, but the only difference is that the Apple logo is now centered instead of being at the top half, and with the iPhone text is now gone, which makes the back looks a whole lot cleaner. On the side, yeah, we just have our normal iPhone stuff, the mute switch, the power button and stuff. And on the front, we have the Touch ID and the same thick black bezels with an LCD display, and it's only a 4.7-inch display, so a bit small for now, because now phone screens are pretty much like over 6 inches. And the front design is pretty much the same since 2014 with the iPhone 6. The back design is pretty much from the iPhone 7 from 2016. And I bought the black version, the 64 gig one, but even if you have the white version, it'll still come with a black front, so this is a power spin phone. It has the same A13 processor, although one less gig of RAM than the iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11, which also features the processor. The home button is not an actual button. You can see that it doesn't actually move. It just creates a haptic feedback to mimic the clicking. And now the home button also features the second generation Touch ID, which is first seen in the iPhone 6s. And it unlocks really fast. You don't need to rest your finger on the home button. You just basically press the button and it will unlock. As you can see, unlocks really fast. See? So this is really good. And the camera is basically the same sensor as the one found on the iPhone 8 and iPhone 10, but with the processing of the Apple A13 chip, it's able to take better photos and videos. It got the same camera interface, and it even got portrait mode for the back and front. But the only thing is that it can only take portraits of people and not objects, unlike on the iPhones that actually have dual lenses. It's just like the iPhone XR. Like if I want to take a picture of this, the iPhone's like, frick you, there's no person. But if you do have a person, you can have these different lighting effects. They look really cool. And you can also change the blurriness of the background. And just by the way, this is really good for single-handed use. So yeah, pretty good, pretty cool. There are just some amazing things brought by the Apple A13 chip. You also got the quick take video. It's basically pressing and holding the shutter button takes a video, that thing. So yeah, it's pretty good, and I just ran an Antutu here because I can't afford Geekbench, even though it's only like $1 or something stupid TikTok ads. Let's skip. Okay, and this is a score I got. When you go in the ranking section, you can see it's still behind the iPhone 11s, and the score is actually closer to the iPhone XS series, and that's not because the A13 is underclocked. That's because it just has 3 gigs of RAM instead of 4, and RAM is like 1 bit category in the Antutu benchmarking thing. And it's really good for one-handed use, especially when swipe to type is a thing. It is really easy to type single-handed on this thing. Yeah. The 4-inch screen on the iPod Touches are usually fairly small for me, But this 4.7-inch is perfect. It's not too big, it's not too small. I tried to use my mom's iPhone 10 with one hand, and it's just a little bit too big for me. Actually, my second phone, I think, is the iPhone 6 Plus. It's just a bit too big for me. And when you double tap on the home button, it will trigger reachability. But you don't really need that since you can just reach all corners of the screen with one hand. And it's really durable, unlike most budget phones at this price range, like the Samsung A51 and the Pixel 3a and soon 4a. It's made of pretty premium materials, the aluminum and glass, and the glass back also enables wireless charging, and it also has IP67 water resistance, so that's some of the features that budget phones usually leave out first. But yeah, if you are choosing this, you are sacrificing the screen quality for sure. The Samsung A51 and Pixel 3a and soon 4a, they all have OLED screens, OLED screens, but this only have an LCD. But this is a okay-ish LCD. It does have P3 colors. It's just small. And some people don't get the point of this phone, like the outdated design and stuff. But yeah, people like me don't care. And even though the design is outdated, it has great camera and great internal specs and some other features. So it's a pretty good compact small phone. You can see that I got the 64 gig model, which I kind of regret, since for only $50 more, you can get the 128 gig version. But you know what, whatever, I sold my iPod and I still owe my mom money, so I guess 64 is nuts for me. Like if you have a 32 gig iPhone right now, you'll be passable with this. So I think 64 is gonna hold up okay-ish in the future, but it is still very fast and snappy. Like when I go to app switcher, for example, even I open notes, look, the notes is still open in the background, and even Safari is. So the RAM management is pretty good. Duolingo, I don't know how much apps I've opened, but the RAM management is good. It's awesome. So thank you guys for watching this quick first impressions video. As I said, this is probably gonna be the first video in a series of videos. The next one probably gonna be the iReview, and the third one is probably going to be the iPhone SE2 versus the iPhone 8. And just a bunch of videos about this coming up. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Just realized I've been holding the camera for like 10 minutes now without a tripod. I really need to buy a tripod now. My hand's really sour. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.